Hi everyone, welcome back to the Nose Poetry channel. So today, like before, we've been giving reviews on books actually. So we are still continuing with this today. And today we'll be giving reviews on two poetry, like 2 poems.
Yes.
So and the first one we'll be talking about is
For Broken Men No Process by EFE Paul
Azino, and The Sun and a Flower by RUPI
KAUR. Yes.
So let's first talk about For Broken Man Who Crosses Often by EFE Paul. So what do you have to say about For Broken Man Who Crosses Often? I think EFE Paul is a Nigerian author. He is a Nigerian author. He's also a poet. Actually, he's a Nigerian author, he's a poet, and he has written a lot of poems. I think this is just a collection of his poems that he has written, actually. And also apart from this, this is not a political poem that we'll be talking about, which is one of the poems that I wrote. We'll be talking about Our Mother Died Expecting. So I think I'll be talking more about that. Our Mother Died Expecting. So this is not a political poem. What do you think about it? Is it truly not a political poem?
Okay. So I think that the reason why that poem was given that title was to actually draw attention to the fact that it is in fact a political poem. It is in fact about politics. It's sort of like satirical in a way that it says, okay, this is not a political poem, but then it talks about like politics, talks about like corrupt presidents, governors, talks about the fact that like they loot, there's injustice. So it's trying to draw your attention to the fact that it uses metaphors to say, okay, I'm trying to say this is not a political poem, but you as the reader should understand that this is a political poem. So I think that's like really brilliant, and EFE is like an amazing like poet. Yes.
Actually, I have a lot to say about the poem because it is actually calling us to like fight for our rights.
Yeah.
It is calling us into action.
I like that part.
It is about peace actually, and it's about violence. So it's calling you to like take a step forward to fight for something you know is right. Like there is actually some part of the poems that I would love to read out. Let me go. So it says the poem speaks about what we go through as people. Poem that seek to express the fact that all men are created equal, but some men have become more equal than others, so they lose them. Like we know we are all created equals, but some men have become more equal. They make themselves to be superior, Like they make themselves. I can think
of a few examples, which I'm not going to mention.
Okay, like we all know that we are created equal.
Yeah.
But some men have made themselves more equal than the others.
And I think that that's like as a result of like our fault in a way, in the sense that like we trusted them to say, okay, like we're all equal, but we are putting you over us to lead us.
Actually.
But then they now see themselves as more powerful and superior to us. Yes. So
actually, because in essence, the poem is calling us to speak up, to fight for ourselves. There was a part of the poem where he say, I'm actually writing to my listeners. I'm speaking out to my listeners, like to speak up for themselves too. I'm calling their attention, like he has already done his part by calling our attentions to maybe like the political rages or anything that is happening around us about those politicians that is not fine, that we don't like. So it is now left to us. It is now on our part to do our part actually.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm becoming a fan of EFE Paul at this moment, because like the poem is so brilliant. Like he manages to write it in a way that it feels like someone is speaking the poem to you, and like you're not just reading, like you're at an event and then someone is reciting the poem to you, and then he also like breaks into a pattern most poets don't like to talk about, especially male poets, about mental health. Yeah, so like you can even see it in the title, For Broken Men. So he said, okay, we are not okay, but this is a poem to remind ourselves that even though we are not okay, we would eventually be okay, which is like very powerful. So I think you guys should check it out.
Yeah, and also it's a poem about justice, actually. So it's actually fighting for us, and on our part too, we have a lot of things to do so that we can make this poem become his reality, become our reality. So that will be the end of For Broken Man Who Crosses Often by EFE Paul. He's a Nigerian author. Like I think I've actually watched him performing one or two of his poems, I will actually recommend you, like I'll recommend the poem for you to maybe like go online to maybe buy the books. I think the book is sold for 2,000 naira.
Yeah.
So it's something we can still avoid. And also the part of the poems that I'll actually be talking about, because like I said, it's a collection of poems. That's Our Mother Died Expecting. And Our Mother Died Expecting is just about like the toiling of our mothers, of our parents. Like they work hard so that they can actually have money to send their children to places that they desired. So it's normal of every parents to maybe like work hard, use the money to sponsor their children to anywhere. Especially the Nigerian mothers. So anyway, parents.
Mothers are amazing.
Actually, so the mother was actually sitting back, expecting the children to bring her something from the city. Well, with the hope that they'll work hard and they'll be earning something. But unfortunately, what brought the children home was the death of the mother. So that's so sad. Yeah. Actually, that's so sad. That's what the poem is all about. Like Our Mother Died Expecting. The mother died expecting the children to come back home to take care of her and
to reap the fruits of her
labor. Actually, so that will be the end of EFE Paul's collection of poems. So far we've talked about For Broken Men Who Crosses Often, and also we talk about Our Mother Died Expecting. So the next one we'll be talking about is The Sun on a Flower by RUPI KAUR. RUPI KAUR is not a Nigerian author, and that is actually a poem too. So this poem have 5 parts, and the 5 parts are waiting, falling,
then rooting, rising, and blooming. So just like a flower, flower. When a flower wilts, and then when it wilts, it falls down, and then another one germinates, like from the roots under, and then it starts rising, and eventually when the season comes, it blooms. So you can liken it to us as human beings, like when we go through maybe a death of a loved one, or we go through a big failure, we maybe not leave our room for 3 days. I'm like, okay, I'm very sad, I'm not going anywhere. And this is like you wilted, that's the moment of your failure, and then you fall down, you say, okay, I'm giving up. But later you're like, okay, what's the point if I give up? Am I just going to lock myself in my room all day and not doing anything? This is when you start rooting, and then you go back to that thing that you failed at and start trying again. You are rooting, then eventually, since you've learned from your mistakes and your determination, then you bloom. You achieve that thing that you failed to achieve, and then you bloom. So we can say that human beings are like flowers in that way. So there's this intense imagery in that book that RUPI KAUR managed to bring out.
And also what I'll say about that is RUPI KAUR was actually trying to tell us about a lover that actually broke her heart.
Yes.
So she was like, okay, she actually wished to go back to that person, but she felt like she deserves better.
Definitely.
She deserves better from the person that actually broke her heart. So that's why that's the first one with waiting, and the second one with falling. Actually, she talked about, I think she made mention of her mother here, where her mother, as an immigrant, she migrated to another country, and the mother was actually feeling the love of her dear country. So how does the mother connected herself back to the country? It is by watching movies that is related to the country where she left, and also watching about how they cook in that country too. So by that, she felt connected with her country back. And also she also talked about her falling past too, that she was actually still feeling the breakup that actually happens between RUPI KAUR and the lover. So, and the next one is rooting. Like the rooting is a lover, and she actually bloomed too. She bloomed and this poem is just about self-love. Like you must love yourself first before any other person. There was a part of the poem where she remembered how the mother was actually comparing her to an ancestor. Like, do you know you're an ancestor? Like there is something good, there is something fine, there is something important and unique about you. Like you are a god. So don't let anybody put you down. Don't let anybody pull you down. So
make you feel like if you don't have them, like you cannot survive.
You cannot survive. You will definitely survive, though it might actually take time. So that's what the poem is all about. And also she actually tell us how she was raped on a typical Thursday by a family friend. So the author, the poet actually passed through, she actually go through a lot in that poem, and she was actually trying to relate a lot of things about herself.
Sharing her experience
about her experience. There was a part of the poem when she said she stopped feeling beautiful at the age of 12 years old, and that speaks a lot about depression.
Yeah.
Like she was depressed.
I think she had trauma too. Like
she has trauma too,
which is
from
obvious.
the rape, actually. So that was what the poem is just trying to talk about the five parts majorly. So where she fall, where she at the middle of depression, and how she finally rise up from all the trauma, depression, and the bad things she's feeling. So that will be the end of today's book review. So far we've talked about For Broken Man Who Crosses Often, and also The Sun and a Flower by RUPI KAUR, which was the last one we talked about. So thank you for watching. We love you. Thank you and thank you. So going to the question part. So I would love Fisayo to answer 3 questions, and she's going to pick the first question.
You're always
out.
putting me on the spot. This
Don't worry.
is not fair.
Don't worry. It's nothing. So can you take one of these?
Okay, it says, will you say love is a double-edged knife? Definitely. I mean, love can hurt you, like if you fall in love with the wrong person, or maybe like somebody is loving you in a way that you don't want to be loved, because like there's the whole concept of love languages, but I don't think this is where to get into it now. Like if you love someone that like is not loving you the way you want, or the person is like very toxic or abuses you, like it will hurt you and ruin you. But on the other hand, if you love someone that like is good for you, good for your soul, good for your energy, your mental health, like the changes will be so obvious. So I think that you can look at it at both sides. Love can also hurt and love can help you. So don't just, when somebody says they love you, don't just assume that okay, this person loves me. I found like my resting place. Try to like be careful. Love is like your 2 eyes open, and then be sure that okay, like this love is not hurting you. But like whenever this person tells you they love you, like you just feel this peace inside you, like this assurance that yes, this person is saying the truth. And I feel the same way for them. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Fisayo. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
that. Thank you for that. So to her too, she agrees that love is a double-edged knife. So that's fine. Go to the next question. Can you pick one?
So the next question says, hey guys, so it says how does one choose oneself in the middle of uncertainty? My answer is always choose yourself, because people are selfish. I mean, sometimes you have to put like other people first, be selfless, but especially when you are in the middle of uncertainty, I think it's important to choose yourself first, because like no matter what decision you make, like you're the one that will be affected. So do something that would like benefit you, something that will work out for you.
Seriously.
Always put yourself first, as is for your mental health, because like when your emotional like state is really bad, like it limits like the other thing. For example, you are going through burnout, you can't do anything. You want to go to class, want to work, want to do anything. It's like it's
weigh you down.
Yes, your emotional self has to like be strong before anything, and everything is related to emotions. Fine, logic is good, but don't believe people that say I'm going to like kill my emotions. You need your emotions for everything. Emotions is tied into every single
thing. Tied into everything. Once one thing affects your emotion,
yes,
believe me, everything. Just like okay, I think RUPI KAUR mentioned in that poem, like once one part of your body is affected, it affects every other part of the body because they work together.
Definitely.
They are interconnected. They work together. So don't do anything that will affect you. Be fine. Be good. Choose yourself first. So thank you. Going to the last question. Can you please take?
The last question says, what can I say about self-love? Self-love is loving yourself. Okay. Self-love is, I think everybody has different definitions of self-love. So to me, I would say that self-love is knowing that you're not perfect. You're making mistakes, but still giving yourself the grace. Because like your friends, obviously, like you have friends, and like your friends are not perfect, they have flaws, but like you choose to love them. Whatever your friend does, you support them. So that kind of love that you give to your friends, your family members, why not give it to yourself? Why not know that okay, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes, but I still have the grace to love myself and tell myself the truth and just be there for
That is
myself.
just that.
When you're saying I'm there for that, are you there for yourself?
Are you there for yourself?
Yes, like,
because you
are you a
compose.
friend to yourself? Yes, I think that's self-love, like being a friend to yourself. Yes.
So thank you, Fisayo. Thank
you so much for
you.
having me. This was fun as always.
Thank you everyone for watching once more. And this is the end of
our video.
Today's video. So don't forget to like, comment, share,
and subscribe.
To the channel. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.